What's up, family? Welcome to those of you who are watching this video on demand. We don't have anyone live yet, so welcome to those of you who are watching this on demand. We will be getting started here in just a few moments. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author Matt D. Talford. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, especially a returning viewer of my live streams, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so happy to have you guys here tonight. We're going to be getting started here in just a few moments. The title tonight is The Two Reasons Why God, aka the Most High, allows them, who are we talking about when we say them? Your haters and secret enemies, why he allows them to try you. We're going to be getting started here in just a few moments. Let me grab some water. And I'm just going to wrap with y'all because I know some of you are watching this on demand. Looks like we have one person in the room there. Welcome to you, whoever you are watching this live. I know those of you who watch me live are not used to me jumping on live in the middle of the week. But I've had a long day, a long week even. I know some of y'all have been wondering, where's Matt? Matt hadn't dropped any new content. I normally drop my on-demand content during the week and do the lives on the weekend. But this has been a very busy week for me. And I looked up and said, wait a minute, it's Wednesday. I haven't uploaded any content, not even so much as a photo to my community tab. So I'll be doing something like that tomorrow maybe. But y'all know how it gets. It gets busy. And I'm realizing now it's about 6:45 Eastern time, PM. It's 6:45 PM Eastern time. And I don't normally like to eat dinner this late, but I pulled out some lamb chops. Don't be offended for y'all non-meat eaters, okay? All right. I'm slowly weaning myself off of red meat, but that doesn't need explanation either. Anyway, I pulled out some lamb chops that I've marinated in some red wine and some balsamic vinegar with a little olive oil and some secret seasonings. Y'all do your own seasoning blend. Maybe when I started cooking channel, I'll tell y'all what I put in it. But I'm gonna be searing that and then cooking it to well done. I don't like my meat bloody, so and then I'm going to be doing some oven roasted Brussels sprouts with that. And what's up, Anya? What's up? Ah, that's my girl right there. What's up, Anya? So we'll be doing some lamb chops and some savory oven roasted Brussels sprouts. And I'll tell y'all what I'm doing with the Brussels sprouts. I don't mind. I'm using a little duck sauce, which is pretty much just a natural apricot sauce. It doesn't have any. I don't do this stuff with high fructose corn syrup, but this will be a little bit of duck sauce and some little bit of sea salt and some balsamic glaze. So I'm going to mix the sea salt. I'm going to mix the duck sauce with some balsamic vinegar, whip it together, make a nice glaze, and coat the Brussels sprouts in that. Sprinkle some salt on, and I'm going to throw that in the oven. Just keep it simple. You know, sometimes I'll do a little garlic, a little onion. Not tonight. Just going to go with some sea. So typically what I will do is I'll go live later and I'll go live on the weekend like I said, but tonight is I don't feel like doing any editing, y'all. And for those of you who are content creators watching this, Anya, I know you know this, editing sometimes takes longer than filming. And not sometimes, all the time. It takes longer to edit than it does to even film. So the cheat code sometimes is just going live. So anyway, I got two people in the room, so we're going to go ahead and get started because yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be a short video tonight. I know every time I say it's going to be short, it ain't short. But I'm going to try my team tonight. I'm going to dare them to make this long, all right? I shouldn't do that. But it's going to be short tonight, all right? It's going to be short. So what are we talking about tonight, family? The two reasons why the Most High, whatever label you want to use, the universe, whatever label you want to use, source, whatever label you want to use, the divine, whatever label suits you best. The two reasons why the Most High allows them, who are them, the haters and your secret enemies, the two reasons why God allows them to try you. All right. So we're going to jump right in. Y'all know if you looked at the description box, I have two passages of scripture there that we're going to use for a reference. One of them comes from the Old Testament and the second from the New Testament. I have aligned those with the energy of the title. Okay. I've got haters listed first and secret enemies listed second. Haters are pretty much going to be the example that we are going to use from the book of Job. That's reference number one. And then the secret enemies, that's going to be the example that we align with the book of Matthew, the reference from the book of Matthew. So now we're going to jump right in here because somebody watching this video has wondered their entire life. I got a good friend of mine. I won't name them unless they allow me to, unless they want to comment, okay, whatever. When they comment when this video's been uploaded or completed or whatever. But I have a good friend of mine that has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful daughter that asked, why do these girls in school, she's school age, elementary age, why do these girls pick on me? She's the most beautiful soul you ever wanted to meet. She's old soul in a young body, beautiful, beautiful visage and beautiful energy, beautiful, beautiful child, and wanted to know, why do they pick on me? I had the same question when I was younger. A lot of you have the same questions. Why do people pick on me when I didn't do anything to them? That starts off like when you're young, and it goes on up until you're like, teenage years, and even in your adult years, you got grown A people that act like children that want to come for you for no reason. Okay, but there's a very specific reason why the Most High allows that to happen. Now, first of all, you typically don't fit in at an early age, and you see that you don't fit in with the crowd or the in crowd because you come here set apart. You come here set apart for a very specific mission. So therefore, your energy vibration is going to be different of that of those who are in the in crowd. So you're already not vibrating on the same frequency with them from the time that you're a child. Thank you, Anye. Thank you. So it starts young. You come here on a different vibrational frequency. So your light starts disturbing demons at a young age. At a young age. Remember, these are ancient souls in new vehicles. So even when a child is born, sometimes that's just a soul that is reincarnated, that's been here before. They're just back in a new vehicle. I've used this example in a different video where I talked about what happens when you drive a car for so many years and the car starts having problems and wearing down, and you're like, you know what, man, I need a new car. You trade that car in, you sell it, whatever, you get a brand new car. You're the same driver. You just got a new car that doesn't give you any problems. It's the same way with the energy of the soul. The soul runs its cycle. The soul runs its cycle in a body. The body runs its cycle. The soul trades in that vehicle. They're graded on how they performed in that vehicle, and then they get a new vehicle. So it's the same energy, y'all. It's the same energy. So and some of you, maybe you want to take notes here and maybe share this with your young children who are going through the same things. They're in school. They wonder why they don't bother anybody, and people want to try them. Okay. And they'll find something, y'all. For me, it was, I grew up in meager means. I mean, my family didn't have money like that. We were lucky to get one or two new outfits for school, and then it was getting hand-me-downs from your brother or from your cousin down the street or whatever. And kids would be like, "Oh, you got on something. Oh, your brother had them pants on last year," or blah 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 blah. So now, thank God, we did get new shoes. We get new sneakers or whatever, but we didn't always get new clothes. And the thing is, y'all, this thing just popped. I'm taking these back to Apple because I got a warranty on these Beats headphones, and I'm like, come on, y'all. These headphones are too expensive to have these little physical problems where they're cracking like that. So anyway, I'm taking them back. Apple, y'all do better. Fix your product. Anyway, and yeah, Apple does own Beats. But anyway, get back to my point. So these things come about because you have a high vibrational energy and a light that disturbs that of those who are around you that are not walking in the light. But that in and of itself is for a very specific purpose. God sends you here for that. I'm going to talk about them right now. Enough of the intro, enough of the setup. We're 9 minutes in. Let's jump in on the scripture because I'm going to show you how this works. We're going to start with the Old Testament. Everybody knows the story of Job, okay? Job was a man who walked up right before God and, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to read that right now, and we're going to get started with that. So, okay, back up, Matt. There we go, Job. All right, so tonight's Job reference comes from the first chapter of Job, the book of Job, Job, verses 1 through 11. Now, I want to show y'all something very, and I was supposed to do this before I got started. So let me just draw a quick picture here, and this is going to ring true for someone. Now, give me a second. I'm going to take my headphones off. I got a Hebrew character chart back here. I need to copy these. I got them memorized, but I want to make sure I draw them properly. So y'all give me 1 second here. I'm going to step away 1 second. Okay, Job. Let's make this a little bit thicker. let's take that down here. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Y'all stay with me. I'll be right there. I'll be right there, family. Ancient Hebrew. Okay, yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to airdrop this over here. All right, I'm going to share this. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm going to share this with my MacBook Pro. Actually, that's not what I want to do. Let's do this. Okay, we can do that. Fine, we'll do that. All right. Okay, family, I'm back with y'all. My apologies for the little bit of a delay there. Now, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show y'all something interesting that I found out when I was looking at the meaning of the word Job, but we're going to read this first, okay? So let's get right into this. This is not going to be a long video. I promise y'all my lives lately have been averaging about 2 hours and 20 minutes. This is not going to be a 1 hour live even. I'm going to try to finish this in about 30 minutes, and we're 12 minutes in. So y'all hold me to it, all right? Hold me to it in the comments. Here we go. And if you're watching this on demand, thank you for being here. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking the thumbnail. Leave a comment if you have one. All right, now, Job, chapter 1, verses 1 through 12. Okay, and for some of y'all that like angel numbers, you're looking at the screen there. You're seeing 4 ones in a row there. Y'all know what to do with that. Here we go. All right. There was a man in the land of Uz. I hope I pronounced that right. Uz, whatever. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil, or stayed away from evil, avoided evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. Verse 4, and his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continuously. He did this continually. Okay. Verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Or where'd you come from? What you doing here? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for nothing? Y'all know how that temptation do. Oh, does he fear him for nothing? Does he fear you for nothing? Now, let me pause here. Y'all know I do not like the English translation breaking down to the word fear. I know, listen, some of us that grew up in Christianity, that grew up in church, that are awakened, understand that the word fear and fear itself is a low vibrational energy. And I just simply refuse to believe that you can associate the Most High with low vibrational energy. So my belief personally is that that term originally meant something like respect. Okay. Respect, not fear per se. Because again, fear is low vibrational, as above, so below. What parent wants their child to be afraid of them? You want your children to respect you, but do you want your children to be afraid of you? Probably not. So I think that's a bad translation of an ancient text. Okay. So I don't like fear there. I'm going to translate it on the fly to what I think it should read. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, this is verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job respect God for nothing? Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he has on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he has is in your power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So don't touch him. You can touch all his possessions, everything he has, but don't touch him. Not that one. You can touch the children if you want, but don't touch him. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Now we're talking about the two reasons why the Most High allows them to try you. Again, I listed it as haters and secret enemies. The haters goes with Job. So what you got right here already, you know that we are eternal beings. Let's say that first, okay? We are eternal beings, and those of us that are here, that are incarnate, we are a part of a portion of our higher selves. Our higher self is the greater part of the soul. We're just a portion of it in these flesh vehicles carrying out different tasks, whatever we were sent here to do. So with this, Job also came from the realm of souls, the realm of the divine, the realm that you go back to when you leave your body. So they knew him, but they said, you know what? Let's tempt him, man. Let's place a bet here, man. Like, yeah, you talking about Job is perfect and he walks up right before you. He only does that because you basically got a hedge around him and you giving him the hookup. Haters, 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 jealous of Job. Job minding his own business. Job is daily, giving thanks, showing gratitude, high vibrational energy, showing gratitude for everything he has, and praying for those in his family. But you got the haters looking at him because, well, he only like that because you giving him the hookup. So the truth is, they ain't really mad at Job. They mad at the Most High for hooking Job up. And then they giving the Most High a dare, saying, yeah, you know what? He only love you. He only respect you because you doing all of this stuff for him. But take your hand off of him, let all this stuff go away, and then you're gonna find out he just like everybody else. He just like us. Haters. He just like us. He ain't no better than us. But the Most High said, you know what? What did he say in the beginning? He said, have you considered my servant Job? Man, how perfect he is. So what I'll tell y'all, the Most High don't pick losers. He don't pick losers. Watch this. So to those parents of those children that are being hated on for no reason, they're special. They're special. And they were sent here for a special reason. The Most High don't pick losers. But I want to show y'all something that was revealed to me. And this is what I copied, what I wrote down from the board back there and copied over to here. I'm going to stop this for just a moment. And I'm going to share something that blew my mind when I looked at it. The meaning of the word Job. Because again, let me go back here for just a moment. Okay, again, when you look at verse 9, or let's go to verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, and one that fears or respects God and escheweth evil, avoids evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, does he fear you for nothing? Is it for no reason? Have not you made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he has on every side? That thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So basically, Satan is challenging the Most High and saying, man, he's only blessing you and praying and giving thanks to you and being gracious and walking up right before you and respecting you because of all of this stuff that you're doing for him. Watch this. Because that is actually the meaning of the word Job, the name Job. Watch what I'm about to share with y'all here. Thank y'all for being here tonight, by the way. Thank you for being here. All right. This is what I wrote down that I copied over from my notes. Job, J-O-B. We know that there's no letter J in the ancient tongue. This is kind of new as of the English language, as of the 17th century, I believe it is. So in the ancient tongue, this would have broken down to these characters here. Hebrew is written from right to left. Okay, these are ancient Hebrew characters. That one on the right here would be pronounced Yah. The one in the middle would be pronounced Wa, and the one on the outside would be pronounced Ba. So that name, roughly in ancient Hebrew, would have been something to the effect of, instead of Job, it would have been Yahweh. Yahweh. Now, modern Hebrew, they take that Wah, which, and let me break these down for a moment. This Yah character, now we know that Yah is the short name for the Most High God. Some people call him Yahweh, some people call him Yahuwah, some people call him Yahweh, but the short name is Yah, and it is this character. And when you look at an pictographical or pictographic Hebrew, it is a drawing of a hand stretched out. It's a drawing of a hand, okay, an arm with a hand on it. So that is representative of God. What's the saying we hear? The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. That arm, okay? So that Yah is the short name for the Most High God, and it is represented by an arm, something that gives, something that holds, something that protects. Watch this. Job, we're talking about the meaning of the word Job, Yahweh. The Yah is an arm, but it's also the name of the Most High. The Wah is a tent peg. It is the tent peg if you look at the early nomadic and agricultural tribes and the way they moved about on the land, they slept in tents. Their dwelling was in tents, okay? And what they did was, of course, when you're putting a tent up, I used to have to put tents up when I was in the Army. When you're putting a tent up, you need a tent peg to secure the rope to the tent to hold the tent down. So the tent peg is the Wah. And notice it sits in between the Yah and the what? The Ba. Now, so you got Yahweh Ba. This is a drawing of a floor plan, which is representative of a house. So the name Job roughly transliterates to Yahweh Ba, which means God holds down his house. God keeps his house. God secures his house. The Wah is security. It secures the rope to the tent poles that keep the tent in place. Okay. You got no tent peg. That tent is going to blow over. You might be able to stand it up temporarily with the pole, but it's going to blow over or fall over. So that tent peg is what secures the rope and grounds that tent. So you're talking about the energy of something that grounds, secures, holds down, and protects. So I thought that was fascinating, that when you transliterate the name Job into ancient Hebrew, it literally means God, or the Most High, holds down the house, or the Most High secures the house. And then, okay, so I'm gonna close this now. So to take that and then to go back to the scripture, and you go back to verse 9 where it says, and Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he has on every side, that thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land? So basically, Job's name, he came here, he was named, he came with the name that meant God holds down my house. If the Most High is holding down your house, can't nothing, the wind can blow against it, the earth can quake, it ain't moving. So what Satan does here is he's being a hater. Oh man, Job don't fear you for nothing. Man, Job don't respect you for nothing, man. Man, Job don't love you for nothing. Man, he love you because you hooking him up, man. Man, take your hand off all that stuff he got, man. His name means you protecting him and securing him in his house and everything he got. He got that vibration in his name. Man, take that stuff. Take your hand. Stop. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Most High. I'll tell you what, Mr. Yah. Take your hand off Job. Take your hand off everything. He fears you because you protecting him. Take your hand off of him and see what he does. See, you gonna find out he just like us. He gonna curse. See, we may not curse you with our mouth directly, but yeah, we be talking about you behind our back. But take your hand off of Job, protecting him, and see if he's still blessing you. God said, all right, bet. Now to the meat, because we're talking about the two reasons why he, the Most High, allows them, your haters and secret enemies. We ain't talking about the secret enemies. That's going to be the New Testament. I'm going to show y'all that in a minute. We're talking about how the haters, what he does, okay? Why he allows the haters to come at you. When you read this entire book of Job, and I'm not going to do that, so a lot of y'all know the story, the Most High said, all right, bet. I'm going to take my hand off of him. You can touch everything he got. Just don't touch his life. Do not touch his life. If you touch his life, then he can't even, the bet is over anyway. What are we betting if you touch his life, right? That's math. So he said, touch everything he got, but just don't touch him. You can make him sick if you want. You can make his skin boil, all of that, but you can't touch his life. So all of this bad stuff starts happening to Job. All this bad stuff starts happening. And what did God do? God used it to prove Job. Not only to prove him, but to then bring him out and bless him even greater. To bless him even greater. Now, What we don't see written here, I'm going to use my imagination on this a little bit. Anytime somebody's doing a wager, those of you who've gone to Vegas before and betted in the sports books, I've done it. It's probably to me, it's an easier way to make money in Vegas than not making money, because Vegas, and I don't recommend anybody gamble. When I go to Vegas, the couple times I've been, I went and had a good time, but I set a budget. This is what I'm playing with. This is like me going to the amusement park, or this is like me eating a couple of expensive meals. When I run through this, I'll run through this. If I earn something off this in the slot machines or whatever games I'm playing, great. If I lose it, that was just part of the ride. That was the fun. So anyway, but when you are wagering something, you are putting something down that you're either going to get. So when the thing that you're wagering on is completed, somebody wins and somebody loses. But when we're looking at the case of Job, all we see here is that Satan basically gives God a dare and says, "Take your hand off of him and then see what happens." And I bet you he'll curse you to your face. Okay, I'm gonna do that. But what we don't see is what happens when Satan loses the bet. So he had to catch a fade some kind of way. We don't see that written, but that's how these things are balanced. Okay, if I take my hand off of him and he curses me, then you got bragging rights. You get to say aha, and you done basically force me to take out my person for cursing me to my face. Right? This is how these things happen. I'm breaking it down for you. But what does the Most High do? He allows him to try you. So what? Now he's going to bless you when the trial is over. He's using that trial to set you up to prove you. It's like a proof of concept. It's like the whole Jacob versus wrestling an angel. I did another video on that. We're talking about the reason why Jacob had to be proven. Why? Because Jacob was the physical embodiment of an angelic being. In effect. So to prove him, you got to send another angelic being here to fight against him. Why Jacob? Why did he have to wrestle an angel? Well, because he needed to be the progenitor of someone that God said, I chose them. They represent me in this earth. So for them to represent me, they got to be powerful. So if I send this angel here to test him in this combat that's supposed to be over with quick, but he wrestling him all night till the sun comes up, and now we can't allow anybody else to see what this being is that he's wrestling against. So the being had to foul Jacob to get him off of him. Then it's like, okay, now he's ready. He is ready now to be the progenitor. He's ready to be the father of these nations. His seed is now strong enough to produce this mighty offspring that pretty much is going to be indomitable as long as they stay high vibrational, as long as they continue to follow my instruction and walk in the light. So that was a proving ground. In software, they call that testing. Somebody writes a new piece of software, they throw everything possible that software might see in a real world trial to see if that software can stand up to all of these different tests. What happens to this server if 100 people log in at the same time? Oh, okay, it's holding up. Let's try 500 people. Okay, let's try 1,000 people. They keep throwing stuff at it to find out what is the tipping point, what is the breaking point for this server, so that when they release the documentation before they put it in the market, they will tell you this is the limit. Same with these trucks. You see something that says, oh, this has 15,000 pounds towing capacity. Okay, they know it has 15,000 pounds towing capacity because they tried 1,000. They put another 1,000 on it, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Finally, till they got it up to 15,000, where it's like, okay, this can pull 15,000, but when you get up to 15,050, 15,100, now it's starting to struggle. You might break something gonna break down. So it knows what the limit is. So when it puts you out, what did the scripture say? God ain't gonna put no more on you than you can bear. Sometimes the trial is part of figuring out how much you can bear. But in the case of Job, he had haters that came forth that were hating on him because he was so hooked up. But Job was hooked up for a reason. Job was hooked up for a reason because he never failed the Most High. He never failed him. So here comes the test. Oh man, he just hooking you up because you giving him all this stuff. If Job didn't have all of that stuff and he was just a regular dude out there working as hard as he can, barely putting food on his table, where would his haters have been? But God allowed his haters to try him, to prove him, said, okay, you know what? I told you he was that dude. Now, because he went through all of this, I'm going to let y'all watch him with even more. That stuff that y'all was hating on before, if you was hating on him because he was living in a 5,000 square foot home, you're going to really hate on him when I put him in this 12,000 square foot mansion in Malibu Hills or wherever you figure out wherever the most expensive real estate lots are in the world, y'all gonna really hate on him then. Or y'all were hating on him because he had a NetJets NetJets a subscription package. He had so many flights with NetJets. Oh, you're gonna really hate on him now when he got a private landing strip, hangar, and a private pilot and a private plane. Y'all shouldn't have hated on him. Now I'm gonna hook him up, but guess what? I got to deal with you now because you came here and hated on him and caused me to try him. Oh, the universe is balanced. I even let you make him sick. Guess what? Somebody in your end got to get sick now. But the Most High don't waste nothing. These were probably already wicked beings that had to get dealt with. He knew they were going to come. So he said, all right, have you considered my servant Job? What if the Most High was just setting them up? We're going to see the link in the second part of this, okay? That was the haters part. There was no reason for them to come up there and want him to try, take your hand off Job, other than the fact that they were hating on Job because Job was trying to do the right thing. So when you wonder why people hate on you for some reason, for no reason, sometimes it's because the fact that you're doing the right thing, you are living righteously, you're living high vibrationally, and they're not, that bothers them. So they want to sully you. Let me prove to you, man, he ain't no better than us. Man, let me prove to you, she ain't no better than us, man. Haters. Now, the second reason has to do with secret enemies. Let's go to that secret enemies part. Appreciate y'all being here tonight. We're almost done. I don't know why I feel like I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, here we go. All right. Second verse comes from Matthew chapter 10. I'm getting hot too all of a sudden. Jeez. Anyway, maybe it's the heat's on or something. I don't know, but the heat was already on. I don't know. Anyway, y'all know how this energy stuff works. Anyway, Matthew chapter 10, verse 16 through 20. Let's read that. Y'all got a question or a comment, drop it in the chat. Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. I'm going to come back to that because I had another epiphany with that one scripture alone, that part. This is the secret enemies part. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, but for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. We're talking about the secret reason. We're talking about the second reason why the Most High allows your secret haters to try you. I'm sorry, your secret enemies. The Job part was haters. This is the secret enemies. Pardon me, y'all. And you know what a secret enemy is? Let's see, another name for secret enemy is what? A fake friend is a secret enemy, all right? A fake friend is a secret enemy. And sometimes a secret enemy is somebody you don't even know. They just looking at you, hating on you for no reason. You don't even know them. They out to get you because whatever. You don't even know them. But you always got an angel or more watching over you. That's why you got to just go on about your business and not worry about it. Just stay high vibrational. The temptation is always to get you down in their level. They can't come up to your level. They can't raise their vibration. You spinning too fast for them. Your light too bright for them. But they can get you to come down to their level, lower them vibrations, lower them rotations. This is my zone I live in. Y'all, but I know I'm pausing here. Y'all, it's like boxing. You get two different fighters at two different weight classes, both of them dominating their respective weight classes. One of them, let's use, for example, Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. This was a fight that recently happened. Bud Crawford normally fought around the 147 weight limit. Errol Spence normally fought in the 154 weight limit. Now, keep in mind, too, a lot of these fighters, if they're fighting at a weight limit of 147, that means they're walking around every day with a weight that's higher than that. When they start training, they drop weight so that they can make weight. They don't typically come up to that. If they're fighting welterweight, they're typically going to be, they're walking around every day. Something is going to be 10, 15 pounds heavier than what they would be fighting at. So, but what happens a lot of times is when you got one guy up in this weight class talking, man, that dude, yeah, y'all calling him pound for pound. Man, he ain't pound for pound. Tell him to come up to this weight class and I'll beat that A. And then this dude down here talking about, man, he ain't no pound for pound, man. Tell him to come down to my weight class and I'll beat his A. So this dude right here wants this dude to come down to his weight. This dude right here wants this dude, the 154 guy, to come down to 147. The 154 guy wants the 147 guy to come up to 154. Why? Because it's like, hey, if I can get you at the area or the weight or the vibration that I'm normally vibrating at, and I know this ain't your normal vibration level, I can deal with you. All right. Now we know sometimes some people so good that 147 guy, if he can talk you into coming down to 147, he gonna smash you at 147. Then he gonna go up to 154 and beat you again just to prove you he better, and vice versa, whatever. But in the case of vibrational energy, you got to be careful because your enemy wants you to lower your vibrations when you high vibrational. Because when you lower your vibrational, when you lower your vibrations, that's the example from Job. Take your hand off of him and watch him curse you. Cursing the Most High would be him lowering his vibrations. Why? Because he's angry. Anger is a low vibration. He's grieving now because, man, you done all this stuff to me, man. Man, why you do this to me? Man, you know what Job said? Job said, you know what? Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I know I'm going through this for a reason. He ain't never let me down. I ain't gonna let him down. I'm gonna keep on my end of the bargain because he's never not kept up his end of the bargain. So if he taking away my stuff, he doing it for a good reason. Now I'm gonna tell you, them bad A chaps that Job had, they were a headache for him. Maybe all of this thing was allowed to happen because maybe the Most High got tired of Job praying for these wicked souls that just wasn't gonna do right. He's like, all right, you know what? Let me call them back to the realm of souls, sit them down, judge them, tell them that you didn't do what you went to the earth to do, everything that you were supposed to do. You got on your daddy's nerves the whole time he was there. Now, you know what? That's all right. He's cool now. He's cool. He can rest now because y'all ain't there getting on his nerves. I'm going to give him a new wife, some new children that's going to be high vibrational. That he ain't got to come and worry me all the time praying for him. This is how this happens, y'all. This is how these things happen. This is how these things happen. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing in the universe is a random occurrence. Nothing is a random occurrence. So anyway, but you got to be careful. Do not lower your vibrations because that's what they want you to do. You high vibrational, don't lower yours. Let's get back to this. Let me jump back to verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Lost my point there. Verse 18. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. He's showing you why. He's showing you why. But I'm going to come back. I'm going to wrap it up for y'all. Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given to you in that same hour what you shall speak. Why? For it is not you that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you, the word of truth. Y'all know I love calling my favorite description for the Most High is the Spirit of truth. The Spirit of truth. The truth is undefeated. The truth is undefeated. This is why people would rather silence you, rather squelch you, rather shadow ban your channel, shadow ban your platform, censor your platform, try to deplatform you, because the truth is undefeated. Okay, I can't defeat the truth, so let me try to keep the truth from coming out. Because if the truth comes out, I'm gonna be exposed. He says that right here. He says it right there in verse 18. He says it right there in verse 18. When the truth comes out, they're going to be exposed. Why? And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Let's go back to verse 16 here, because this is the epiphany I had, y'all. Verse 16 says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. There's two parts here that I want to break down, because this is what was the inspiration behind my doing this video, family. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Why in the world? I question this. Remember, y'all, I tell y'all all the time, always ask why. Why? Those three letters, that is the most powerful word in spoken language. If why in English, por qué in Spanish, I think it's pourquoi, something in French, but it all means the same thing. Why? For what reason? Por qué literally means for what? Why? That y'all keep that in. Listen, when something is brought to your knowledge or to your attention that you do not understand, before you make an assumption, ask why. Why is powerful. Why is why powerful? Because why forces that person to tell you the truth or to lie to you. And guess what? If you are intuitive and high vibrational, if they are lying to you, you're going to know it. You're going to know it. So why is a prompt to uncover the answer. Why is used to preempt the delivery of the truth. Because guess what? The lie, in effect, is the truth, right? It's just the opposite. So if you lying to me, then I know the truth is something else. I know the truth ain't what you told me. So I still got the truth through you lying to me. This is why you ask why. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Why would a shepherd send sheep out into some territory that is known to have wolf packs running around it? And he said, send you forth, meaning I'm sending you out. He didn't say, I'm going with you and we're going to walk through this wolf infested land. Them wolves ain't running up on them sheep if they got a master shepherd. And trust me, a wolf know when he's dealing with a master shepherd. A wolf know. Listen, them wild beasts in the wilderness when David, before David became king, when he was still a boy, when he was still a shepherd boy, them wild beasts effed around and found out what David was about. They like, man, look, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that Scar? Scar, there's the lion from the Lion King, the bad one. I use his name. Y'all remember Scar? Y'all know Scar laying over there in that ravine, right? Yeah, David busted him with that stone from his sling and killed him and then threw him over in the ravine. Yeah. You know, that big mean grizzly bear? Yeah, he fell at David's hands too. Y'all might not want to mess with David's sheep. Y'all might want to try another one. David, that dude. David is that dude with that sling. He's that dude. Okay. So a wolf, a predator knows a good shepherd. They ain't gonna try. No, they might. A stupid one will try, but a smart one like, oh man, we can't mess with nothing in that flock right there, man. That's the shepherd right there. We can't mess with nothing in that flock. Anybody that try, I'm gonna be dead. So why would a shepherd of that skill level send his sheep out and not go with him? He said, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. It made me ask that question, why? And then he says, be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Watch this. The only reason why a shepherd would send his sheep out and not go out with them is that shepherd is trying to draw out the wolves that are in hiding. That shepherd is sending them sheep out alone, okay? Sending those sheep out alone so that he can observe and find out where the wolves are. How do I know where the wolves are if I'm walking with the sheep and the wolves ain't coming out because they scared of me? So I'm going to send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Why? Because y'all are going to bait and pull them wolves out of hiding. He told you in verse 18, two verses later, he said to be a testimony against these governors and kings and the Gentiles, to testify against them. Second part of verse 16, be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Again, I had another epiphany. When you look at these shows, like these shows, we used to see them in back in the 70s and the 80s, these kung fu shows, they always had these master kung fu fighters who were these Shaolin monks. They were monks. They were the most peaceful people in the world, but they had the ability to defend and protect themselves and anybody under their care with lethal force and great skill. So when he says, be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, harmless as dove means be approachable. Be approachable. Be approachable. Okay? If you go out here on the defensive, or if you go out here like, man, I wish somebody would, man. Yeah. They're gonna already know, okay, man, he wait a minute. He might be trying to bait me, man. This is one of them Messiah's boys, man. But he out here wolfing, man. What? Nah, he knows something we don't know, man. Y'all watch that dude for a minute, man. But if you're approachable, be like, man, that dude harmless, man. Yeah, that man docile, man. Let's get him. We don't like what they talking. But he said, be wise as serpents. What is a serpent? You know how snakes move. Anybody who lives in the South, or anybody who lives in a rural area that's not in the city, you've probably seen snakes before. You've probably seen them in the yard. You've probably seen them out in the woods and you're out on a hike or whatever. All right. Watch a National Geographic show about a snake or something. A snake is wise. They know when to strike and when to stay hidden. So when he's telling them to be wise as serpents, he's telling them, listen, I'm sending you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Okay. So be you therefore wise as serpent. Be ready, be able to protect yourself, but be approachable. Is that not the essence of the Shaolin monk? Is that not the essence of some of these most peaceful? You see these Buddhist monks in these different Tibet and all of these areas are right, different places or whatever. Them dudes can fight. Half of their time is spent training their bodies on how to fight, how to throw a punch, how to take a punch, how to throw a kick, how to take a kick. He said, be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Wise serpents. Serpents know when to strike and when to stay hidden. So therefore, he's saying, no, be approachable, but know when to speak and when to keep your mouth shut. Know when to clap back and when to let it roll off your back. Okay? I'm going to finish that again because I just gave you the answer there, but I'm going to read through this and then I'm going to wrap it up. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils and they will scourge you in their synagogues. They will deliver you up to the councils and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Same thing happened to Job. Job was delivered. He was delivered over to the forces of darkness to be scourged. Same thing. Okay. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. Why? Remember, he's sending them out as sheep in the midst of wolves so that he can draw them out. I need to draw them out. They're hiding. Were y'all on that last live where I talked about the 5-step modus operandi of the culture vulture? That culture vulture ain't showing you what he's really there to get until it's time for him to get it and he's ready to strike. He's wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So if your enemies are moving on you and they're wise as serpents and harmless as doves, you got to balance that energy out. You got to balance that energy out. Because guess what? The higher vibrational one wins in the end. The higher vibration always wins. The higher vibration always wins. When you got a choir singing, you got a community choir or a church choir singing. Yeah, you can hear the tenors. If it's an SATB community choir or chorus or chorale, yeah, you hear the basses. But when them first sopranos and them second sopranos start hitting them notes, they pierce. Your ears automatically attuned to that higher frequency sound than that lower one. That lower one supports the whole chord, but that higher frequency sound, that higher pitch, that first soprano, that second soprano, that's the one you hear. That's usually what a melody is. That's usually what a melody is. That's usually what the meat of the song is. Stay high vibration. The high vibration wins. The higher frequency wins. The higher RPMs win. If you got two cars that are the same size and same weight, and one of them is running 4,000 RPMs and the other one's running 2,000 RPMs, that 4,000 RPM, and they both in the same gear, they both in top gear, that 4,000 RPM one is going to outrun, it's running twice as fast as that 2,000 RPM one. Stay high vibrational. Okay? They will deliver you up to the councils and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. Why? For a testimony against them and the Gentiles. For a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So you calling them out. What are they doing? They're probably not high vibrational governors. They're probably not high vibrational kings. So I'm sending you out there to call them out. I'm sending you out there to call them out. What does the Most High do? Okay, y'all. Okay, some of y'all watch these different Instagram and YouTube channels and stuff where they talk about these how you hear this all the time. Oh, the elites always show you what they're going to do before they do it, because you got to kind of agree to it. So they're showing it to you, and if you don't resist it, then you're agreeing to it. And this is how they escape karma. Blah 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 blah. It's because, well, I told you I was going to do it to you. I'll put it in The Simpsons or whatever. Okay. In the same token that they tell you what they're going to do before they do it, allegedly, the Most High tells you, he calls you out before he does. What is it? What is there's something out there that says something to the effect of warning before destruction or something. He said, I'm going to bring you before kings and governors for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. You know what? I got to call you on your BS. I got to call you on it so we get the truth out, so that when judgment comes, see, you're judged, your heart judges you before karma does. Your heart judges you before karma does. But for their hearts to judge them, they need somebody bearing the word of truth to come and call them out. Because until the word of truth comes and calls them out, they still hiding in the lie. So what does the truth do? What does the truth do? The truth comes and rips the cover off the lie. It's like, now everybody sees you. Oh, wait a minute. You ain't who you said you were? But you said you were this. For a testimony against them, these kings, these governors, rulers, and the Gentiles, the other nations. But when they deliver you up, don't worry about what you're going to say. Don't worry about it. it's going to be given to you in that same hour what you're going to speak. At that point, that's where you're standing there in the physical, but the spirit of truth is speaking through you. And the words that are coming from you you're marveling at the words that are coming out your mouth. This is why you got to stay high vibrational. For it is not you that speak, but the spirit of your Father, which speaketh in you. So, what are the two reasons why the Most High? What's up, Allie? How you doing? How you doing, Allie? Good to see you here. What are the two reasons the Most High allows them, your haters and your secret enemies, to try you? Number one, he allows the haters to try you because they got to get dealt with. But he also wants to bless you in front of them. He wants to bless you in front of them. He actually wants to increase your increase. He wants to increase what he's already doing for you. He wants to prove you. He allows the haters to try you to prove you. You know what? I know I picked a good one, but sometimes I got to be reminded. Yep. I know I picked a good one. I know I made a good draft pick when I sent this person to Earth to do this mission that I sent them to Earth to do. But sometimes I want to remind myself, boom, look at my pick, y'all. I told you. What if the Most High just want to look at his haters and be like, I told y'all, pay up. Y'all wanted to bet me, pay up. You bet me that my chosen one was going to curse me if I took my hand off of him, which his name means I'm holding the house down. So here's the funny part. I tell y'all all the time, names carry vibrations. They wasn't even paying attention to the fact that if they were going to win that bet, they probably should have asked the Most High to change his name too. Oh, wait a minute. He's carrying the vibration of a name. That means you're holding down his house. So how can we defeat him if his name still carries the vibration of God secures his house? So really, wow, another epiphany, just talking, y'all. Another epiphany. I told y'all this stuff comes through and I learned from it too. Your haters, if they were intelligent, they would never try you because they would consider all of the avenues and realize, man, we ain't gonna win this. Why are we trying them? But only a foolish person would hate on somebody that ain't bothering nobody. His name, Yahweh, it ain't Job. Job is the English translation, a poor one at that. But his name, Yahweh, means Yah secures his house. Yah holds down his house. Yah blesses his house. Yah is the strength and the security of his house. That's what Job's name meant. So Job was going to be hooked up in the end anyway. But he said, you know what? Hey, what's up, Hotshot? What's up, Hotshot? If you're just dropping in here, please make sure you go back and watch the beginning because I'm wrapping up and getting toward the end here. This was another nugget. I understand now why I couldn't do this one with the last live. I had scripted this to do with the last live, but this needed its own space. It needed its own space. So anyway, that's reason number one. He wants to prove you in front of your haters, then deal with your haters, and then bless you for making him look good yet again. Yet again. That's reason number one. That's how he deals with the haters. As for the secret enemies, he sends you out as sheep among wolves, because if the shepherd goes out with the sheep, the wolves ain't gonna come out of hiding, especially when he that dude. They're like, nah, man, that shepherd dead nice, man. He drops every enemy that comes at these sheep. Don't try him. But when he wants to find out who those powerful ones are that are hiding, he sends them sheep out. He sends them out as sheep. Remember, he didn't say, I send you your sheep. He said, I send you out as sheep among wolves. Therefore, be wise as serpents. Know when to speak, know when to keep your mouth shut, know when to strike, know when to restrain, and harmless as a dove. With all of that, stay high vibrational. Be approachable. Because guess what? I guarantee you that even though you're going out as sheep among wolves, your light is shining a light for somebody else, that you're actually drawing everybody. You drawing your enemies out, but you also drawing out people that actually need your light to charge their own. Man, this stuff is rich, y'all. I keep saying this. I say it over and over and over. Or as my mother says, as Mama Talford says, I say it till I'm blue in the face. She used to say that all the time. I keep telling y'all till I'm blue in the face to stop running in and out of this house. You're letting flies in, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I say it till I'm blue in the face, y'all. Basically meaning it's a rough meaning. I say it till I'm out of breath. The Bible is a spiritual book. It is not a religious book. It's none of this stuff that I broke down tonight has anything to do with religion and everything to do with spirituality and the energy of the soul. So that's all I got, family. I told you I was going to try to get this in under 1 hour. It is now 55 minutes. If anybody has any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments section. I see 12 people in the stream in the live here. I appreciate, and there's a powerful number right there, 12. There's that number. There's that number. Very powerful number in scripture and very powerful number to cosmos. So maybe that's a good indication for me to go ahead and wrap it up here. Man, I love y'all so much. I love y'all. I love you, man. Y'all put up with me, man. I know I could be quirky sometimes. I try to mix a little bit of comedy in there. Sometimes I'll come in here on 10, and y'all still, y'all still put up with me. Y'all still deal with me, man. So, man, I love y'all so much, man. Y'all are the reason why I do this, man. I'm telling you. I know this stuff, man. I a lot of times I I spit this stuff at home, y'all, like just playing around. I'll be like, yeah. He said, I'll send you out a sheep among wolves. Just playing around, man. But man, I love y'all, man. I really do, man. Y'all energy, man. Everybody in here, man. Everybody in here. Y'all energize me with your comments. Y'all energize me with your presence. Y'all energize me with just being who y'all are, man. Listen, y'all stay high vibrational. Keep your light shining, man. The world is getting darker. We know the darkest part of the day is right before daybreak. We're right at about daybreak, y'all. Y'all, listen, I cannot wait until I cannot wait till, as they say, most high willing. I cannot wait until December to drop my January or my 2024 predictions for y'all. I'm tempted to do it before then, but I want to stay in alignment with when everybody starts doing their videos. So, and yeah, I know you don't have to be like everybody else, but it's going to be a good time to catch that because everybody's going to be looking for those types of videos. So probably it'll help the algorithm out for me to drop it at that time. So y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak preview right now. 2024, it's gonna be a year, y'all. 2024 is gonna be a year. We're gonna see a lot of stuff flip in 2024. If you've been down, you're gonna be up in 24. If you've been up and you've been high vibrational, you're gonna stay up. But if you've been up via nefarious purposes, it's gonna suck to be you in 2024. So 2024 is gonna be an H of a year. All right, y'all. It's going to be an H of a year. Why did I say H? Because for some, it's going to be a hell of a year. And for some, it's going to be a heaven of a year. So I just threw the H in there. But, man, y'all, I'm going to wrap this up. It's 58 minutes and 12 seconds. So listen, y'all, I'm an award-winning author. I need y'all to check me out. Y'all look in the description box, click the link, read the synopses to my books, y'all. I'm telling you, to say that, yeah, I know this author right here. Wow, he wrote this great narrative. He wrote these great narratives, and he does lives on YouTube. Y'all ain't getting some of these big name authors. They don't come here and do this, y'all. Y'all look at y'all read me, man. Y'all read me, okay? Y'all read me. I got 2 other books I'm working on. I'm tempted to share the title names, but you always got somebody hawking out there that's trying to beat you to the punch if you give them any clue. So I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. But I got 2 that I plan to have to drop by the end of the year. I don't know if they're going to be print. I can tell you for a fact they will be available digitally via Amazon Kindle and Apple iBooks. But they're going to be 2 books, short, quick reads, but powerful. And you are going to want them in your library, okay? You're going to want them in your library. So y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned to my channel. Y'all, if you haven't subscribed to my blog, that's free. You can go to www.mdtalford.com and click this subscribe in the sidebar. Just put your email address in there. And anytime I do a new blog article, it'll go to your, you'll get an inbox in your email and tell you, or you get an email in your inbox telling you I've just published a new article on my blog. I'm going to get more active on there, but y'all, I got rich content up there that you can go and read right now. So Hotshot said, we love you too. You are what's up. Keep dropping the knowledge, man. I love you too, Hotshot. You are so awesome. You are so awesome. And continue inspiring because I'm not doing it for the same reason that you're doing it, but I'm definitely on that fitness height. I'm on that fitness kick. I am. So let me get ready to get out of here, family. It's 1 hour now. So I love you guys. If you're new to the channel and you love being inspired, educated, uplifted, motivated, entertained, click that subscribe button because y'all know that's what I do over here. That's what I do. And if you like this video, by the way, give it a thumbs up, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. It's 12 people in the live. I hope I got 12 thumbs up. I hope I got 12 likes. So y'all hit that like button, smash that like button for me before I get out of here. And again, if you're new to the channel and you like this type of commentary and content, hit that subscribe button, y'all. I'm going to be going live again this weekend. I just wanted to do this live tonight because I did not have the time nor the energy to pre-record it and then go back and edit it. And sometimes it's just better for me to go on the fly. But the content is no less rich. So thank y'all for being here tonight. I love y'all. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. Stay hydrated too. It's a noun. Love is a verb. It is a noun as well. But when we focus on the verb, the noun always takes care of itself, family. Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening or whatever day you're watching this. Peace.